Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shishimar Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannātha Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Varya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Patadasa Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshada Vrinda Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gora Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradati Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Samag Jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshan Chakra Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Kshetra Mandal Ki Jai. Shri Nilachal Dham Ki Jai. Jai Shri Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan Ki Jai. Jai. All the devotees participating in the cleaning of the cleansing of Guṇḍicā Temple Ki Jai. Swaparshad Shri Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. So today is the auspicious day of the cleansing of the Guṇḍicā Mandir, the Guṇḍicā Temple, by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his associates. And this custom has been taking place ever since that time, every year, by all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, wherever they are. So we are going to read, yes, sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
I just wondered if I could sing the song in English during the program. I don't know how to use the microphone, so and I know it's on YouTube, but I don't know how to find it, but I could just sing it a cappella. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So just let me know.
Maybe it'd be
you could
nice.
play the guitar. Yeah. Maybe you could play the guitar, but you might not hear it. So
yeah, see, what would happen with the guitar is that what is it, Zoom didn't know that you were singing, and it didn't know that the guitar was supposed to be in the thing, and so then it would block out the guitar and your voice, and so then you wouldn't hear anything. If you hear the other recordings, like it would just like block out everything. And so but maybe, I don't know.
I'll just sing it a cappella.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Wonderful.
Yeah. And I don't know how to, I have the book with the words in it, but I don't know how to show it or anything.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Wonderful. I look forward to that. Maybe we can do that at the end after we've read the pastime, then we can have the kirtan.
Okay, sounds good. Just let me know. Okay. Thank
sure.
you. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol. Hare Krishna. All right, so yeah, we're reading the chapter 7 of this book, Sri Jagannātha Ratha-yātrā, written by my Srila Gurudev Nityalila Pravishra Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. And I think this reading, I've been reading this every year on this program, and the 2 other times I read it, it took 1 hour, 10 minutes to get through. So, yep, that's how long it will take. And then afterwards, we will hear the beautiful song written by Bhavatarani Mataji. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and we will begin. Where is it? Here. Jagannātha Ratha-yātrā, chapter 6. The cleaning of Guṇḍicā temple. 1 second, I'm just getting some water. The cleaning of Guṇḍicā temple, Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan, is performed 1 day before Bhagavan Sri Jagannath's Ratha-yātrā. As a result, it becomes a suitable place for Bhagavan to take rest. 1 second, I forgot to open up Restream. Okay. Yeah, so as a result, it becomes a suitable place for Bhagavan to take rest. The significance of the cleansing of Guṇḍicā temple. The creator and maintainer of this universe, Sri Bhagavan, is one without a second. He is the same God for the Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Jews, or any other religion. He is indeed known by many names, such as Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, Sri Nrsimha, Sri Jagannath, Allah, Jesus Christ, and Jehovah. Just as there is only one sun and only one moon for the entire world, similarly, there is only one Bhagavan, not more. Bhagavan manifests his Swarup before the devotee in accordance with the devotee's bhavs. This can be understood by citing the analogy of the moon. Between the new moon and the full moon, there seems to be 15 different moons, each with its own name. But actually, there is only one moon. In the same way, there is only one God. When he fully manifests his opulence, his vaibhav, and his charm, his madhurya, he is known as Vrajendra Nandan Shri Krishna. When he manifests aspects of his opulence in accordance with place, time, and recipient, he is named accordingly. There is only one Shri Krishna, but he has innumerable incarnations, and all those incarnations are none different from him. We living entities, we jivas, are parts and parcels of Bhagavan. Bhagavan Shri Krishna states, Mamai Vangsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. It's Bhagavad Gita chapter 15, verse 7. This means that the jivas are by nature eternal servants of Shri Krishna and manifestations of his marginal potency, his Tatastha Shakti. The jiva is Bhagavan's eternal servant. He can never become Bhagavan. At the same time, Bhagavan and the jiva are simultaneously different and non-different from each other. Just as the sun's rays and heat are simultaneously different and non-different from the sun, and just as fire and its potency to burn are different and non-different, In the same way, the living entity is simultaneously different and non-different from Bhagavan. The jiva is capable of being controlled by Maya, whereas Bhagavan is the master of Maya. Thus, there is an eternal difference between the jiva and Bhagavan. By constitution, the jiva is a transcendental entity, a chit vastu, and Bhagavan too is a transcendental entity. Therefore, from this perspective, Bhagavan and the jiva are eternally non-different. Considering thus, we can conclude that the jiva is simultaneously different, bhed, and non-different, abhed, from Bhagavat Tattva, or in other words, that the jiva is Bhagavan's bheda prakash, a different and non-different manifestation. This philosophical conclusion, this siddhanta, called achinta bheda bhed, which means inconceivable difference and non-difference, has been explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in depth. All jivas are, by constitution, eternal servants of Bhagavan. This is the absolute truth, whether one accepts it or not. Servitude towards Sri Krishna is alone the eternal function, the nitya dharma of the living entity. Forgetting this, the jiva, becoming enchanted by Maya, becomes averse to Sri Krishna and falls into the cycle of birth and death within this material world. Only for the welfare of the jivas does Bhagavan sometimes personally descend to this world to propagate pure knowledge of himself, and other times he sends his associates. Due to the presence of lust, anger, greed, attachment, intoxication, envy, etc., in the conditioned soul's heart, he cannot realize the pure transcendental sarup of Bhagavan. As long as these unwanted things, these anarthas, remain in the heart of the jiva, Bhagavan will not manifest there. In an impure heart, only material sense enjoyment related to one's personal happiness can be found, and the tendency to serve Sri Krishna is lacking. Generally, service to Sri Krishna is equated with service to ordinary people in the world. In this situation, the jivas are completely ignorant of the fact that there is unlimited bliss, there is ananda in serving Sri Krishna. This ananda is infinitely greater than the ananda obtained by serving one's husband, wife, children, and family members. There is an unfathomable ocean of prem within Sri Krishna's transcendental abode. To awaken that prem within our hearts, we must release our anarthas and make our own heart pure. So to awaken prem within our hearts, we must release our anarthas and make our heart pure. Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan symbolizes the sadhak's cleansing his heart. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's cleansing of Guṇḍicā Mandir. Before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival in Puri, only the servants of the king would clean the Guṇḍicā Mandir. But since they were solely interested in earning wages for this, they did not do their job efficiently. If devotional feelings towards Bhagavan are absent in a person's heart, then he cannot please Sri Jagannātha. Therefore, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived in Jagannath Puri, he sent a message to the king through the king's guru Kashi Mishra. I request permission to personally clean Guṇḍicā Mandir and its surrounding areas, along with my associates. Your servants are not required. You only need arrange some brooms and clay pots. Although at first the king was astonished at this request, when he heard about Mahaprabhu's inner mood from the lips of Kashi Mishra, the king became very pleased. He said to Kashi Mishra, "It is a matter of utmost joy that by personally engaging in the cleaning of Guṇḍicā Mandir, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu and his devotees will impart a valuable teaching to the inhabitants of this world. Therefore, do not hesitate to give him whatever he may need." The next day, early in the morning, devotees gathered together in great number for the purpose of cleaning Guṇḍicā Mandir. The devotees offered flower garlands and chandan to Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, But before they could offer him obeisance, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, with utmost humility, offered pranam to all of them and smeared chandan. He smeared chandan on their forehead. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu touched Sri Nityananda Prabhu's feet. He did not have even a trace of self-conception, no abhiman that he was Guru. He did not consider, I am Guru, everyone should respect me. There is no need for me to respect anyone. All the devotees walking with Śrīmad Mahaprabhu were performing kirtan and touching each other's feet. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu handed each devotee a broom, and they all performed Sankirtan from the Jagannātha Mandir to the Guṇḍicā Mandir. Upon reaching Guṇḍicā Mandir, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu began to clean the temple with a broom, sweeping everywhere, from top to bottom. The hundreds of devotees with him also began to sweep. Although Śrīmad Mahaprabhu is himself Shri Krishna, he personally cleaned the temple. In order to teach everyone, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu said to his associates, while sweeping, we should perform kirtan, chant Bhagavan's names, and remember him. Only then will Bhagavan Sri Jagannātha bestow mercy upon us. If we sweep without chanting Bhagavan's names, as most people do, then all our work will be karma only, not bhakti. By that, we will certainly earn some sukriti, some spiritual merit, but we will not gain entrance into Bhagavad Bhakti, devotion to the Supreme Lord. Upon saying this, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu himself began to chant Bhagavan's names, and all the devotees imitated him and began to perform their own various services, all the while performing kirtan of Shri Krishna's names. If in our life we also do kirtan of Bhagavan's names while performing every activity, then our heart will also become clean and we will be able to enter pure Bhagavad Bhakti. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu and the devotees first gathered up all of the grass, pebbles, and stones and threw them outside. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu said, I want to see who has collected the most grass and dust. Everyone should collect grass, stones, and dust in their cloth, and then show me. I will inspect what has been gathered. Otherwise, some people may cheat by merely pretending to sweep. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu then went to the devotees and began to look at their piles of grass, dust, and so on. He praised those who had cleaned very nicely and gathered lots of grass and dust. But he lovingly scolded those who had not done so properly. After that, Mahaprabhu instructed the good cleaners to teach those who do not know how to clean nicely. In this way, all the devotees blissfully swept the temple. In the end, everyone saw that Śrīmad Mahaprabhu himself had collected the most dust of all. Although the temple had been fully swept the first time they cleaned, the temple had been fully swept the first time they cleaned, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu was not satisfied. And so, on his order, everyone began to sweep the temple once more. After the second cleaning, Mahaprabhu was somewhat satisfied. But even then, fine particles of dust spots and stains remained that could not be removed with a broom. 100 people stood with 100 earthen water pots full of water, awaiting the commands to clean. When Mahaprabhu gave the order to bring water, they set the 100 water pots before him. Hundreds of people brought water from the lake. Those who could not find a place to stand at the ghat filled their water pots from wells. Hundreds of people brought hundreds of filled water pots, and hundreds of people took hundreds of empty water pots away. Everyone was filling water pots, washing the temple, and calling, Hari, Hari. The name of Krishna was all that could be heard. As the devotees handed pots to each other, they called, Krishna, Krishna. And as they asked for the pots, they called, Krishna, Krishna. And this way, the chanting of Krishna accompanied the performance of each and every duty. If a pot were broken, the sound of Krishna, Krishna was heard, and new pots were arranged immediately. In this way, all sides of Guṇḍicā Mandir were washed with water, and each and every corner was nicely cleaned and purified. After the temple had been cleansed with water, not one speck of dust remained. Śrīmad Mahaprabhu then saw that a few spots of dirt and stains remained in some places. Mahaprabhu scrubbed the dirt with his own Uttariya Vastra, the upper cloth worn by a sannyasi. In this way, Guṇḍicā Mandir became as clean and pure as Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's heart. Through this Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan pastime, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, the spiritual master of the universe, is imparting the teaching that if any fortunate soul wants to seat Krishna on the throne of his heart, he must first wash and clean the dirt from his heart. It is necessary to make the heart clean, calm, and radiant by devotional service. If there are any impediments to spiritual life, there are any anarthas at all within the field of the heart, in the form of thorny grass, dust, rocks, and so on, then the supremely worshipful Bhagavan will not situate himself there. This indeed is the hidden meaning behind Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan. The anarthas of the jivas bound by Maya. This dirt in the heart, that is, the multitude of anarthas that reside there, is nothing more than endeavors for anyabhilash, ulterior desires, in the form of karma, jnana, and yoga. Srila Rupa Gosvāmī Pad has thus stated, Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyana vritam anukulena krishnano shilanam bhaktiruttama. It's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the 11th verse from the beginning. This verse conveys that when bhakti, the innate tendency of the soul, is devoid of all types of desires other than bhakti, when it's devoid of anyabhilash, and when it is not covered by jnana, karma, yoga, tapa, etc., and moods unfavorable to bhakti, then it is known as uttama bhakti or shuddha bhakti. Without bhakti, which is imbued with pure goodness, shuddha sattva, Shri Krishna will not appear in one's heart. Okay, so now he's going to go through the different anarthas. First anartha is anyabhilash. Anyabhilash means, as long as I stay in this world, I will only absorb my senses and sense enjoyment. The thorny grass of such absorption repeatedly pierces the soft, natural inclination toward kevala bhakti, exclusive bhakti, that exists in the heart of the jiva in his pure state. Karma cheshta. Karma cheshta means by making offerings of sacrifice, yaga yagya, bestowing charity, dan, performing austerity, tapasya, and so on. So by doing all these things, I will enjoy the pleasures of the higher planets such as Swarga, as well as the pleasures of this world. Such desire-filled endeavors are compared to dust. The whirlwind of pious action of karma and the dust of desire of vasana cover the clean and pure mirror of the heart. The unlimited dust particles of the tendency to perform pious and impious action soil the heart of the jiva, birth after birth. Therefore, the jivas cannot completely eliminate the desire to perform karma. Living entities averse to Sri Hari think that only by the performance of karma can the fruit of karma be removed. But this conception is utterly faulty. It is due to this erroneous reasoning that the jivas are deprived of their constitutional form and nature, their sarup. Just as fire can never be put out by ghee, the desire for fruitive activities cannot be removed by fruitive activities. Only by kevala bhakti or shuddha bhakti can the jiva remove all desires for his own happiness. When such desires have been removed, the clean throne of his heart becomes a suitable resting place for Sri Bhagavan. This is why the devotee poet Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said, Tomara hridaye sada Govinda Vishram. That means Sri Govinda always rests within the heart of his devotee. Endeavors for impersonal knowledge, nirvishesh gyan, yoga, and other such endeavors are just like jagged stones that pierce the body of Sri Hari instead of serving him. Although in the first stage of pursuing the impersonal conception of the Lord, nirvishesh Brahma, chanting the holy name is accepted in a subsidiary capacity. Still, in mukti, or the condition in which a person has the erroneous conception that he is Brahma, the Supreme Spirit, his independent existence is not accepted. For this reason, Bhagavan does not appear in the heart of such an unfortunate jiva who prides himself on being liberated. With the objective that Bhagavan should soon reside in the temple without difficulty, Sri Gaurasundar, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, did not keep unwanted things such as grass, dust, or stones inside the temple compounds. Rather, he personally threw them out. It is often seen that even though the desire to perform karma, gyan, and other such endeavors remain distant from a living entity's heart, some very fine particles of dirt remain within. They are compared to duplicity, kutinati, the desire for reputation, pratishtasha, harmfulness to living entities, jiva hingsa, improper conduct, nishidachar, mundane profit, labh, adoration, puja, and so on. Okay, so the previous things, what was that? That was anya bilash and karma cheshta, right? Anya bilash, karma cheshta, those were compared to jagged stones. But now very fine dust still remains. And why is it? I think it's mentioning that it's like fine dust because it's more difficult to detect. Yeah. Okay, so kutinati, because these are things that are happening internally. Karma cheshta, you can see somebody who's making endeavors for, some material gain or whatever, but all these things are, deep within and that nobody can see externally. Sometimes we don't even know it's there. So kutinati. Kutinati means duplicity, kapatata, and it is exemplified in the behavior of the demoness Putana. Putana was the embodiment of kapatata. Externally, she was the very form of affection, but internally, she was similar to poison and a direct personification of death. As soon as kapatata remains in the heart of a spiritual practitioner, a sadhak, he will not be able to enter the realm of Bhagavad Bhajan. Shri Krishna first slayed kapatata in the form of Putana. Next is, so that was duplicity. Now, pratishtasha. What does pratishtasha means? The desire for recognition. By performing solitary bhajan, ignorant people will call me a great sadhu, a mahatma. When this mundane desire to be known as a devotee or an incarnation prompts one with a rock-hard heart to feign ecstatic transformations and emotions for the purpose of receiving prestige, it is called pratishtasha. For example, a Kanishta Bhakta may perform bhajan in a secluded place, imitating Srila Haridas Thakur. But since the condition of his heart is not replete with Krishna Prem like Haridas Thakur's, he again falls down. Some Western devotees once went to Puri. They were not allowed to take darshan of Sri Jagannātha, Sri Baladev Prabhu, and Sri Subhadra Devi in the temple. But they were able to go to the Total Gopinath temple, Srila Haridas Thakur's Samadhi, and Siddha Bakul. At Siddha Bakul, one of the devotees saw Srila Haridas Thakur's chanting beads, his mala, and gave the pujari $1,000 and said, "Give me that mala." The pujari, greedy for wealth, stole the mala and gave it to that so-called devotee. Having received the mala, he began to think, by chanting on this very mala, I too will become a devotee like Srila Haridas Thakur, and everyone will offer me respect. But simply obtaining Srila Haridas Thakur's mala is insufficient. Only by performing Nam Bhajan at Srila Haridas Thakur's lotus feet and under his guidance will the heart become purified. An unqualified endeavor only increases the probability of misfortune. We should not try to imitate. That means anukaran. We should not try to imitate anukaran, a devotee like Srila Haridas Thakur. Rather, we should sincerely follow him, anusaran. Those are two important terms, anukaran and anusaran. Anukaran means to imitate, anusaran means to follow. Big difference between them. So no one becomes a pure devotee simply by obtaining the mala of a pure devotee by theft or deception. On the contrary, such endeavors cause offenses. Nowadays, many people keep a large mala weighing not less than 5 kilos, even though they cannot chant properly. They wear large tulsi neck beads that have Radhe Radhe written on them. All one will obtain by such practice is an increasing false ego. Okay, so next is Jiva Hingsa. The general principle regarding non-violence, ahimsa, is to not kill any living entity. Hingsa, violence, does not only mean to commit murder with one's hands or a weapon. Rather, hingsa is to cause pain to another with one's tongue, mind, or heart. If you desire to make your heart pure and situate Bhagavan there, then you should never envy anyone. And you should always remain far from criticism of a Vaishnava, because this is also one kind of hingsa. Superficially sweeping, mopping, or merely washing with water does not remove the dirty spots that have fallen on the temple of the heart. These spots and blemishes are observed in the form of offenses at the lotus feet of Vaishnavas and disobedience to Gurudev. Among the 10 kinds of namaparad, the first offense is to the feet of pure Vaishnavas. The sadhak aspiring to traverse the path of bhakti must quickly endeavor to gain exemption from these aparads. To teach this, Śrīmad Mahaprabhu personally cleaned and scrubbed the entire Guṇḍicā mandir up and down, here and there, with his own cloth. He completely cleaned everything, not leaving a single spot anywhere. Next is Nishiddhāchāra. We should try to understand what Nishiddhāchāra, what prohibited activities are. For example, a brahmachari or sannyasi should stay far away from the desire for lust. There's this verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 2284. Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnava Achar Stri Sangi Eka Sadhu Krishna Bhaktayar. Yeah, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 2284. To give up bad association is the most appropriate conduct for Vaishnavas. A Vaishnav, not a Vaishnav, but a Vaishnav, refers to those who associate inappropriately with women, Stri Sangi, and to those who are not devotees of Krishna. There are 2 kinds of association with women. The first is in accordance with the codes of religion as established by the principles of Varnashram. The second refers to the illicit association of women, which is against religious principles. The latter destroys Varnashram Dharma and takes one to the hellish planets. Generally, in the material world, persons addicted to committing sinful acts are not qualified to become Vaishnavas. The 3 objectives of religion, dharma, economic gain, artha, and sense gratification, kam, keep one bound to inappropriate association with a woman, which is conduct not befitting a Vaishnava. The 4th principle, moksha, liberation, does not arise out of illicit association with women, but it is much more fearsome than the association of women. The association of both Mayavadis, impersonalists who affirm everything to be illusion, and Mayavilasis, those given to indulging in illusion, is the cause of the destruction of Vaishnavism and Shuddha Bhakti. It's a really nice song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur on this topic. Yeah, we'll be going through it in Sharanagati soon. Do you want to take a look at it? I'll just take 1 second. Find it. My teacher solutions. Here, I have it right here. 1 second. Just pull it up. Dandavat pranams, Shripad Bhaktivedānta Sajan Maharaj and Vidyalala Sadidi. And who is that? Suman Shil, I think. Here. My okay. So yeah, we'll be going through this song soon in our Bhaktivinoda Gita Tara program. But Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, both those bewildered by sensual indulgence and those who are adherents of Mayavad are devoid of bhakti. So the Vishaya Vimud and the Mayavadis. Those bewildered by Vishaya and the Mayavadis. Bhakti shunya duhe pran dhore akaran. They maintain their lives without purpose. May I never fall into the company of these two kinds of people, O Lord. This is my prayer at your feet. Among these two, however, the Vishayi, the sense enjoyer, is better. Never at any time do I seek the company of Mayavadis. Upon obtaining sadhu sangha, the heart of the sense enjoyer naturally attains bhakti by the grace of the devotee. When the defect of Mayavad infiltrates one's heart, the heart becomes as hard as a thunderbolt due to exposure to fallacious arguments. The Mayavadis all say that the nature of bhakti, the object of bhakti, Sri Krishna, and the reservoir of bhakti, the devotee, culminating in Sri Radha, are temporary. Fie on their so-called service to Krishna and their hearing and chanting. Their praises are like thunderbolts striking the body of Sri Krishna. There is nothing as contrary to bhakti as Mayavad. Therefore, I wish to have nothing to do with any Mayavadi. Keeping Mayavad at a distance, Bhaktivinoda remains in the association of the Vaishnavas and takes shelter of Sri Nam. It's a nice song, huh? We'll be going through this soon. Vishaya Vimura Ar Mayavadi Jan. Okay. Srila Rupa Gosvāmī has also described these faults and anarthas in the first verse of his book, Sri Upadeshamrita. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam udarupasta vegam, etan vegan yogishaheta dhira, sarvam api mam prithivim sashishyat. A self-composed person who can tolerate his impetus to speak, the agitation of the mind, the onset of anger, the vehemence of the tongue, the urge of the belly, and the agitation of the genitals, can instruct the entire world. That is, everyone becomes the disciple of such a person who has conquered his senses. The root of the 6 kinds of urges, veg, is the tongue. The tongue does not have a bone and thus can move in all directions. If the tongue is not controlled, then the other 5 urges will control a person. And if the tongue is controlled, then all the other senses will be under control. The tongue has 2 functions, speaking and eating. If the first function of the tongue is not curbed, then there is great danger of engaging in useless talk by which fearsome problems can be born, even to the extent that one's entire life can be destroyed. I will clarify this topic by giving a couple of examples. Mahārāja Yudhishthir's royal palace was so amazing that in some places it was very difficult to discern the difference between water and dry ground. Once Duryodhana fell into water, thinking it to be dry ground. Draupadi laughed and said, "The son of a blind man is also blind." It was these words alone that caused the Mahabharata war, in which hundreds of thousands of people were killed. Also, when Sri Ram left Sita in the care of Lakshman and went to catch the demon Maricha, who had taken a form of a deer, Maricha adopted Ram's voice and cried out to Lakshman in such distress that it seemed that he was in a frightful situation. Lakshman understood that this was a trick of Maricha, and although Sita Devi beseeched him many times to go and help Sri Ram, Lakshman would not enter the forest and leave Sita alone. Finally, Sita angrily said to him, "Lakshman, I know you want the destruction of Sri Ram now, so that you can make me your wife. Out of your obstinacy, you are not going to save him, even after my repeated requests to you." It was solely due to her love for Ram that Sita wanted Lakshman to go to the forest. But when Lakshman, who Sita treated like her son, heard such bitter words from her, he unwillingly left her alone, resulting in her being kidnapped. In the end, for this very reason, war also ensued. The other function of the tongue is to eat, taking meat, fish, onion, garlic, and other such forbidden foodstuffs, as well as intoxicating substances, increases the mode of ignorance. Thus, one is not able to control one's mind and heart. Through the uncontrolled mind, people become engrossed in sinful activities and destroy themselves. There is a very simple way to bring the tongue under control. After offering foodstuffs to the Lord, partake of the Mahaprasad and continuously chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the second shloka of Sri Upadeshamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami states, Atyahara prayashascha prajalpa niyamagraha jana sangashcha lolyam cha sharbir bhaktir vinashyati. Bhakti is destroyed by the 6 faults. That's 1, over-collection and overeating. 2, endeavors unfavorable to bhakti. 3, useless chatter. 4, enthusiasm for practices not befitting one's qualification, and lack of enthusiasm to adopt essential regulations for spiritual progress. 5, mundane association. And 6, greed, are the restlessness of the minds to adopt worthless opinions. Atyahara means to eat more than necessary, or to collect mundane sense objects. Remaining engaged in collecting worldly sense objects and endeavoring for that which is against bhakti is prayas. Unnecessary, useless, time-wasting slander and gossip is called prajalpa. Not endeavoring for the topmost qualification, service to the Lord, and instead maintaining enthusiasm for the rules and regulations by which one produces insignificant attainments, such as entrance into the heavenly planets, while remaining indifferent to the rules that nourish bhakti, is niyam agraha. Leaving the association of pure devotees and associating with ordinary people is called jana sangha. Restlessness of the mind for trifling sense objects and unsteadiness of the mind due to associating with adherents of many other doctrines is the meaning of lolya. As long as these faults and anarthas remain in the heart of a human being, Sri Bhagavan will not situate himself there. Sri Nityananda Prabhu and his manifestation as Sri Gurudev can dispel these unwanted things and make the heart pure. They are competent at doing this, and they are also causelessly merciful. But without our own endeavor, it will not be possible to take that mercy. It is up to us to take it. If we cannot even do that much, then how will it come to pass? Sri Gurudev mercifully gives us instructions. Sorry, I lost my spot. Okay. So as long as these parts and anarthas remain in the heart of a human being, Sri Bhagavan will not situate himself there. Sri Nityananda Prabhu in his manifestation as Sri Gurudev can dispel these unwanted things and make the heart pure. They are competent at doing this, and they are also causelessly merciful. But without our own endeavor, it will not be possible to take that mercy. It is up to us to take it. If we cannot even do that much, then how will it come to pass? Sri Gurudev mercifully gives us such instructions that success is assured if we live our life by them. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita, we see the example of Arjuna who said to Krishna, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava parichami tvam dharma samudha cheta yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shishasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. At Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita 2:7. I have become overwhelmed by cowardice, having put aside my natural heroic nature and having become bewildered about how to ascertain my true duty. I am thus requesting you to tell me clearly what is auspicious for me. Hearing Arjuna's sincere words, Shri Krishna mercifully gave him many instructions and removed all doubts from his mind. Shri Krishna then gave Arjuna the order to enter battle, by following which Arjuna became victorious. In exactly the same way, if a disciple is ready to follow the order of Guru, then Guru will always help the disciple. But if the disciple disobeys Guru or misuses his independent desire, it is an offense to Guru. As a consequence, the disciple's bhakti is destroyed and his desire to serve Shri Krishna vanishes. The characteristics of a bona fide Guru. The bona fide spiritual master, the Sadguru, imparts teachings to the disciple through his own conduct. For example, while Śrīmad Mahaprabhu was cleaning Guṇḍicā Mandir, a young boy, a Gaudiya Bhakta, brought a devotee from the Koda Desh. He brought a filled water pot, washed Mahaprabhu's feet, and drank the water. Mahaprabhu was furious and said, "What are you doing? Jagannātha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, and he is just about to arrive here. We are cleaning this place in honor of his arrival. I am an ordinary person, and yet you have washed my feet and drunk the water? This is an offense to Sri Jagannātha. The outcome of this offense will be very bad for us both." Śrīmad Mahaprabhu then called Sri Swarup Damodar and said, "Prabhu, just see how your Gaudiya Bhakta behaves inside Thakurji's temple. He is shaming me. Have you not explained to him the convention to be observed by Shuddha Bhaktas? Please tell him that since Jagannātha is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, washing the feet of an ordinary person like me in this temple, feet of an ordinary person like me in his temple, and then taking the water as if it is water that has washed the feet of the Lord, like Charnamrita, is an offense to Sri Jagannātha, Sri Baladev Prabhu, and Sri Subhadra Devi." With the aim of appeasing Śrīmad Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar slapped the young boy and took him outside. Although Sri Swarup Damodar was actually very happy with him, in order to establish the proper code of conduct, dharma, he showed support for the Lord's anger. When he was out of Śrīmad Mahaprabhu's view, he said to that devotee, "Śrīmad Mahaprabhu is Sri Jagannath Dev himself, but he wants to teach people in general that we should not behave like this with ordinary persons. You have not done anything wrong. Rather, you have performed the topmost activity. Wait right here. I will call you back in, and you can beg forgiveness from Śrīmad Mahaprabhu." When that Bengali devotee was called, he went to Śrīmad Mahaprabhu and said, "Oh Prabhu, I have done wrong. Please be merciful and forgive me." Hearing his prayer, Mahaprabhu forgot everything and forgave him. Mahaprabhu performed this pastime only to teach us the principle of bhakti. If any person tells others to worship him, it is improper in every respect. In front of the deities, one should not be openly affectionate with others, nor should one weep or wail. In front of Thakurji, one should not be openly affectionate with others, nor should one weep and wail, or discipline or assault anyone. In front of the deities, one should not offer pranam to anyone other than a bona fide guru. A bona fide guru never egotistically considers himself to be a guru or even an advanced devotee. He never hopes, may my disciple offer flowers at my feet. May he pour water on them and throw that water on others. And may he take that charnamrita. A pure guru or Vaishnava always remains far from such egoism. He naturally thinks himself to be extremely low and fallen, and he continuously offers prayers to Bhagavan's feet. Absorbed in the mood of Srimati Radhika, who is topmost among all devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say, Na prema gandha, I have not the slightest tinge of love for Sri Krishna within my heart. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 245. If someone asks, then why are you crying? Why are you crying while taking Krishna's name? Then Srimad Mahaprabhu answers, when you see me crying in separation, know that I am just falsely exhibiting my great fortune. In truth, although I am bereft of the darshan of the beautiful face of Krishna playing his flute, I continue to live my life like an insect without purpose. I have not even a cent of bhakti for Krishna. Even fish are superior to me, because if taken from water, they die at once. But although I have not had darshan of Krishna, I do not die. I am extremely wretched. If anyone wants to continuously chant japa and perform kirtan of Shri Krishna's names, then he must certainly follow this instruction spoken by Srimad Mahaprabhu. Strinarapi sunichena, tarorapi suhishnuna, amanina amanadena, kirtaniya sadahari. That's the third verse of Shri Shikshashtak. Only one who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than a tree, and who always gives respect to others, not desiring personal honor, can very easily chant the holy name of Sri Hari without cessation. A person who is without the four qualities mentioned in this verse cannot truly chant the names of Sri Hari. Sri Hari's name is transcendental and divine, and therefore his name cannot be uttered with our material tongue, nor can we have darshan of the Lord with our material eyes. Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhaver grahyam indriyai sevon mukhe jivado swayam eva spuratyadha. It's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1-2-234. Krishna's name and so on cannot be perceived by material senses. In the stage of Sevon Mukh, when the desire to serve Krishna arises, his name, form, qualities, pastimes, and so on manifest on the transcendental tongue, eyes, and other senses of the devotee. Indeed, chanting the names of Krishna is service to him. There are three stages of chanting. There's Nama Parad, Nama Abhas, and Shuddha Nam. When we chant with our tongue and by our own endeavor, without awareness of our relationship with Krishna, without sambandha gyan or any faith, then it is called Nam Aparad. When the name is chanted with some faith but no sambandha gyan, it is called Nam Abhas. And when the name is chanted with full faith and self-surrender and is endowed with sambandha gyan, then it is Shuddha Nam. If Shuddha Nam is uttered, Krishna himself will dance on the tongue. While chanting, we should pray to Krishna. O Krishna, I am offering myself unto your lotus feet, giving up all worldly desires. I have no beloved other than you. You are my everything. There may not be any taste for the holy name in the beginning stage, but this is not a matter for concern. Yet, there definitely should be a taste for listening to Harikatha, because by hearing Harikatha from the lips of pure devotees, a taste for chanting Harinam will certainly arise. And even if there is no taste in hearing Harikatha, it should be heard again and again, and the pure devotee speaking that katha should be offered proper respect. Satang prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha tajjoshanad ashvapavargavartmani shraddha rattir bhaktir anukramishyati. That's Śrīmad Bhagavatam 3:25-25. Bhagavan Kapila Dev said to his mother Devahuti, "In the association of saintly persons, my katha gives genuine knowledge of my valiant deeds, which are dearly pleasing to the heart and ear. The result of hearing this katha, which is release from ignorance, occurs very quickly, first of all in the form of shraddha and firm faith and sadhan bhakti, then rati, that's bhav bhakti, and finally the awakening of prem bhakti." The speaker should be satam, a pure devotee. We should not, with our own intelligence, make the mistake of accepting an ordinary person or devotee to be a Mahabhagavat. In regard to discerning who is a Madhyam Adhikari and who is an Uttam Adhikari, we should only accept the opinion of a superior Vaishnava as correct. When, by practicing Shuddha Bhakti, we become Madhyam Adhikari, we will become capable of discerning this for ourselves. If we do not give proper respect to a Mahabhagavat, and if we consider a Kanishta Vaishnava to be a Mahabhagavat, it will constitute an offense to the true Mahabhagavat. The Uttam Bhagavat will keep his Swarup, his real nature, hidden. Although Srila Vangshidas Babaji Maharaj was an Uttam Bhagavat, he used to make a show of smoking ganja. He sometimes scattered dry fish bones around his hut so that people would think that he ate fish. His thought was, if those who are materially inclined remain far away from me, then I can one-pointedly chant Sri Krishna's name and remember him. Whatever a bona fide guru does is solely to please Sri Krishna, Guru, and Vaishnavas. A bona fide guru does not have any worldly desires. Following his footsteps, we too ought to consider that every single activity performed with our body, mind, words, heart, and mood should only be performed to please Sri Krishna. Yat karoshi yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi konteya, tat kurushva mararpanam. That's Bhagavad Gita 9:27. Sri Krishna said to Arjuna, "O son of Kunti, whatever activity you undertake, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, offer to me." If we also strictly follow this instruction of Bhagavan Sri Krishna in our life, then after some time, every single activity we perform will be done out of love for Sri Krishna and his dear associate, Gurudev. In this way, our heart will slowly become purified and Krishna Prem will manifest there. This indeed is the secret behind Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan. Jai Shri Guṇḍicā Mandir Marjan ki Jai. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Jai Svapashad Shri Gaur Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Premanande Hari. Right, Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Let's see, Ashray Prabhu, Nitai Mukesh, Shri Devi Didi, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, Anjali Verma, and let's see who is on YouTube and Facebook. Suman Shil, Bhaktivedānta Sajan Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams Maharaj, Vidyalala Sadidi, and a bunch of other devotees. Wow, a lot of people joined today. They're on YouTube and Facebook. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. And don't think I'm ignoring you. I can't see your name because I only see the names of people who wrote comments. So, all right. So now we have a special treat. Bhavatarani Mataji is going to sing sorry, I'm not speaking into the mic. Bhavatarani Mataji is going to sing Cleaning the Guṇḍicā temple, the song that she wrote.
Hare Krishna.
We need to do a little run.
No, we don't. Hare Krishna. So, can you see me and hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
We're just doing it into the telephone. We're not using our mic. And I've
Okay.
successfully sung and played the guitar if we don't mic it externally.
Okay.
So this is the songbook from 1985, ISKCON, and this is the latest printing of it by ISKCON Vrindavan, and it has a barcode, so you can go to the album and play the songs on YouTube. But I don't know how to do that.
Okay. I grew up with that book. I'm very familiar with all those drawings and everything. I've colored them in many times.
Yeah, I did all the drawings, wrote all the songs, and let's see. This is the title page for the. Let's see.
Okay.
That's chanting, cleansing the temple, and then there's the picture. And here's the American English notes chords.
Nice.
And then here's the words. If I knew how to put it on the screen, I would. Okay. So, it's just the story from Chaitanya Charitamrita, from Prabhupada's book. I'm sorry I don't have more books so everyone can sing along. I mean, I don't have a way to put it on the screen. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Lord Jagannātha and Subhadra and Lord Balarama soon will appear on chariots drawn to the Guṇḍicā mandir. Hundreds of water pots, hundreds of men await the signal to begin. To cleanse the temple is Chaitanya's will. This his devotees wait to fulfill. Cleaning began, chanting all the while, competing to make the biggest dirt pile. Gathering dirt, sand, dust, straw done. Of course, Lord Mahaprabhu won. Chaitanya praised if one's work did excel. Chastisement needed with love as well. Everything asked for with the holy name, the reply would be the same. Some brought the water, some swept with brooms, washing and polishing all the rooms. Some fetched from the lake, some from the well, sometimes colliding, pots broken fell. Chaitanya cleansed Jagannāth's sitting place with his own cloth to wipe every trace. So bright and clean it did appear, like Chaitanya's mind, so pure and clear. Gaur-Hari chanting blissfully, washing the temple with ecstasy. Gaur-Hari chanting so loud, washing with tears of ecstasy. By his example we can tell, to cleanse the temple cleans the heart as well. By his example we can tell, this Mahamantra cleans the heart so well. Then they let the water free, flowing like rivers to the sea. The temple clean now shone brightly, like the hearts of the pure devotees. Hari began to roar Krishna's holy name loudly with the other devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, they did all begin to cry. The sound vibrated in the sky, dancing like a maddened lion. In the center, Gaur-Hari shook the earth with ecstasy. shook the earth with ecstasy, shook the earth with ecstasy.
Jai Ho, Haribo. Wow, that was
Haribo.
beautiful. Thank you so much. I
Thank
actually,
you.
I found the playlist on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Yeah, and I just posted it in the chat on yeah, here in on Zoom, and I'm going to paste it also on my YouTube channel. Like
Oh, good.
in the comments there.
Yeah. So thank you for letting us sing that.
Thank you so much for sharing. Here, I'm just showing this is the playlist right here, and here's cleansing the temple.
Lord Jagannātha and Subhadra and Lord Balaram.
So I'm posting it also here on there.
So I actually wrote that one with the harmonium because I don't know how to write music. Someone else did the music in the books, but that one you can see has a harpsichord on it. So
Okay.
it's recordings are mixed with Western and Indian instruments, Eastern instruments.
That seems the harpsichord that sounds like very appropriate for cleaning, and because it's like very precise and like that. Like
Right.
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo. All right. I guess I'll end with Jai Dwani now. So Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shitashmad Shila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Shila Guru Dev ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shitashmad Shila Bhaktivedānta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shitashmad Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shitashmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shitashmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gaur Kishoras Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannātha Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namachay Shila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदाता गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव जय। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जू की जय। श्री रथ यात्रा महा महोत्सव की जय। श्री गुंडीचा मंदिर मर्जन की जय। जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। स्वप्रसाद श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य चरितमृत की जय। श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोसाई पार की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रीनिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Dandavad pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. For tomorrow, we will be reading about Mahaprabhu's moods during Ratha-yātrā. So I hope you can all join for that. And then the day after tomorrow, we will continue our Bhaktivedānta Gita-dhara program, or maybe we'll read another day, because there's a lot to read about this Ratha-yātrā festival. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how everybody feels. Yeah, maybe we'll have two more days of reading from Ratha-yātrā, and then we'll resume the Bhaktivedānta Gita-dhara program. Right. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, Nitai Mukesh, Sri Devi Didi, Nari Hari Prabhu, and Pavatarini Mataji. And also thank you so much for sharing that beautiful song. And then let's see on YouTube and Facebook. Suman Shil, Bhaktivedānta, Shripad Bhaktivedānta, Sajan Maharaj, Vidyalala Sadidi, Kishore Prabhu, and Adam Salman. Hare Krishna. Right. Oh, you want the Zoom meeting link? Okay. Sure. Yes. All right. Hare Krishna. See you all.